general, I don't like spicy food, so that's not a good thing. But to start with, but the people seem very, very nice. They're happy that we are here.
Very good so far. Looks good. Yeah, I think they've done a good job. It's obviously a bit dirty, a bit dusty, but that's normal. See how we feel after a few laps.
Well, it's interesting. Looks a very challenging circuit, actually. Pretty wide in places. I think, giving us the opportunity to choose between different lines. Some of the corners look very tricky. It looks like a challenging venue, and weather is great. People are nice, so looking forward to being in the car.
It's lovely to drive, really fast and flowing. Lovely corners, nice and smooth. There's not really much we can complain about the track, to be honest. It's near enough perfect.
No, it's an exciting trip to be here, and just looked at the track. The track is looking great, so I think it's going to be a great success all in all.
Formula One in particular is going to get a huge boost. And of course, as the only Indian Formula One team on the grid, it's our home race, and it's a hugely emotional moment for me, and I'm so proud. I'm almost in tears. Of course, being here in India, and the Force India car was the first one out on this track this morning. I made sure of that. I mean, it was a magical moment.
The bigger picture wasn't looking too good for Alonso. Valuable track time was lost on Friday morning after an engine failure left him stuck out on track. Everybody pushed to find the limits of the track and to get to grips with the dusty conditions. But a collision with the curbs proved costly for Massa in qualifying. His right front suspension was destroyed on impact. The challenge of a new track didn't faze Vettel as he took the first pole position in India. Red Bull got their 6th 1-2 start, and despite his problems on Friday, Alonso lined up third. Hamilton was handed a penalty for ignoring yellow flags in practice. Massa was 6th, while Sutil was pleased to start 8th. Both Toro Rossos made it into the top 10, but De Resta was disappointed with 12th. Senna had hoped for more, while Petrov dropped 5 places following his run-in with Schumacher in Korea. Perez received the same penalty as Hamilton, but was a lot further back. Kartikeyan started his home Grand Prix at the back of the grid.
Sutil has been with Force India since their debut in 2008, so the inaugural Indian Grand Prix was always going to be a momentous occasion, if a little emotional. The dust had settled. Now the racing could commence. Vettel protected his position from his teammate, while Alonso tried to find space. He found too much and Button got ahead. Further back, Williams, Sauber and Virgin all got a little too involved. Vettel led from Webber, but Button was looking racy ahead of Alonso and Massa. Now the Hispania of Kartikeyan and the Lotus of Trulli got up close and personal. The status quo remained at the front, while Petrov and Maldonado took each other on. Button had the momentum and went in for the kill, and relegated Webber to 3rd. It was a crowd-pleasing start for the Indian fans. The Toro Rosso of Buemi had to brake heavily while Barrichello and Maldonado came to blows. Rubens took out Kobayashi, and that had a knock-on effect on Glock. The contact brought about a smoky end to Kamui's afternoon. Thirteenth placed Maldonado chased Senna, but his luck was about to run out.
I see it. The gearbox is broken. Okay, just push off the car, push off the car.
Much to the disappointment of his girlfriend, Gabriella. Alguersuari hunted down Sutil.
Push now, Jaime, you can pass him. Push now.
Toro Rosso was keen to close the gap to Force India in the Constructors' Championship. Jaime helped their cause and moved up to 9th. While Perez was after Di Resta's 14th place. Paul clung on as long as he could. Then Petrov fancied his chances. Lap 19 and the race leader was in for the first of 2 stops. While Sebastian got back down to business on track, his mechanics were rewarded for their hard work with a little afternoon tea. Hamilton's helmet paid homage to his musical hero, while he tried to make a brave move on Massa. With their history of run-ins in 2011, this battle was always going to end in tears. But who would be shedding them?
Okay, Lewis, box this lap, box this lap.
Lewis made his move, but Felipe closed the door. The stewards handed the Brazilian a drive-through penalty. Hamilton's broken front wing was replaced and he was good to go. But it was all over for Buemi. He had been looking good for a points finish and was devastated, while teammate Alguersuari was on a charge.
Racing Hamilton, but don't lose time. Don't lose time with him.
Lewis was on the attack and nothing was going to stop him. Ferrari had already switched their focus to next year's car, but Massa's new specification front wing really wasn't working as it should be. Felipe came in for repairs and an older version of the front wing. But it was the beginning of the end. A heavy impact with the curb, and his day was over.
Broke suspension.
Understood.
Lap 39 and third-placed Alonso was in for his final stop. Webber had stopped 2 laps earlier and had dropped behind. Fernando had put his foot down and his patience had paid off. He was clear of Webber when he rejoined. Now he just had to keep him there. Felipe had found his way back to the paddock, but was in no mood to chat about his Indian experiences. Lap 50 and Schumacher made a late second stop from 5th. He had managed his tyres well, and it ensured he got ahead of his teammate.
OK, Michael, you've got 9 laps remaining. Nico behind 1.5 seconds. You are free to race, but keep it clean.
From one master to another, Sachin Tendulkar witnessed Vettel cruise to victory.
Yes, boys! Yes, we did it! Woohoo! First India Grand Prix.
Good job, Sebastian. You led every single lap. Fastest lap, pole position. Not bad.
Indian driver Karthikeyan was pleased to finish his home race despite an unusual aerodynamic device on his car.
Okay, good job, mate. You finished P17. Daniel, your teammate, P18, and Trulli was 19th.
Yeah, nice one. Nice one to get the first Indian Grand Prix under the belt. Thank you.
Button and Alonso rounded off the podium. Schumacher held on to 5th, and with Rosberg 6th, they equalled Mercedes' best result of the season so far. Hamilton recovered from his clash with Massa to finish 7th, while Perez scored a point after starting 20th. It was a brand new trophy all round. The podium champagne flowed on its debut at the Indian Grand Prix.